Welcome students. In today's class, we will learn the new concept, the cloud storage. Now, different services we have seen earlier, like a software as a service, platform as a service, and the infrastructure or the hardware as a services. Okay. Now, cloud also offers another type of a service. Basically, usually we call it to be a storage as a service. Okay. Now, the storage as a service is not that much popular word. In general term, we just call it to be a cloud storage. Okay, both are same. Cloud storage as well as storage as a service is same, but do not try to refer it to be again SaaS here, because the SaaS, that is for the software as a service. Now basically the cloud storage or the storage as a service is what it allows the user's data to be stored on the storage devices of the cloud service. There might be different vendors who may give certain services, like they will allow their hard disk to be given to us, wherein we can store all our data on their hard drives. We don't need to keep any documents here. Basically, this cloud storage is focuses more on storing our data on the hard disk of the cloud services vendor. Okay, can you name any examples, students, if you are known, if you know any examples for the cloud storage? Do you use any of the cloud storages to store your data?
OneDrive, Google Drive.
Yes, OneDrive, Google Drive are the best examples
Sir.
of the cloud storage.
P-Cloud.
Yes. So here in this particular concept, we are going to very just look into the overview of how this cloud storage works, the fundamental details on that, and few of the vendors, the providers who provides the storage. The basic overview is what. Why do we think that? Can you let me know what is the necessity of having the cloud storage? Why it is required? Do you use cloud storages?
Yes, sir.
If yes, then why do you use them? What is the necessity of using the cloud storage? Let us try to discuss, students.
To try to reduce the cost factors, sir.
So we can access from anywhere.
We can access from anywhere. Okay. Cost factor. Okay. Then right, basically what, suppose if we are having a traditional approach wherein we are keeping all our data on the local machine, say a hard drive or a pen drive. Okay, assume that you have a very high storage capacity of a pen drive and you are storing all the data within it, right? If you want to access that data, then you need two things. One is that particular device should be available with you, right? The pen drive should be available with you or the hard drive should be available with you. Then only you will be able to access that particular data. And suppose if you are a person who travels a lot from one place to other place very frequently, and every time you want to access such data, right? Then you need to carry all those data with you. Then again with the physical, suppose if you are having a laptop or an external hard drive, then you have a very limited space there. We can have a 1 TB of data. Suppose if you can even have a little more data also. But again, the space amount of data what you can store is limited there. If you want to store a lot of data and you want to carry all those data along with you every time, then it becomes very difficult to do so. In order to avoid that one, there are certain cloud vendors, the service providers, who provide you the facility of storing data on their storage devices. We can take a rent of those storage devices, and again, since we are taking the rent, we can take whatever we want. Means if on particular day or for a few days or a month, if we think that we require a 10 terabytes of a data, then they will allow 10 terabytes of the data. On particular time frame, again, if you want a less, then we can reduce it less. Whatever we use, based upon that, the billing will take place, and we can pay only the money for which we are using the facilities. So based upon this, we are not bound to any hard drives. We no need to carry any hard drives. What we just need is that a computing device with an internet connection. We can access all those data which is stored on the cloud, okay, directly from our laptop or from even smartphones as well. Okay, that is the basic overview of what the cloud storage is. Okay, now, so basically how this particular the cloud storage works is that the first is that we should have an internet connection, and we should take one of the services by any of the vendors. The first is that the data server should be, most of the time, 24/7 data server will be running on the client side or on the vendor side. Okay. We will first get connected with the data server, and first we will upload our copy. Say you are trying to upload a particular document or a video or a photo or any one of the document from your laptop or a system onto the server. So you first establish the connection. Once the connection is established, one particular copy of that data or the object will be uploaded onto the server. Once it is uploaded onto the server will have its own records. It will say that, okay, this particular user, so and so user has uploaded so and so document, and I have the record of that. The next step is that the user can further access that document for any modification, or they can get connected with the server and download one more copy of that on a new machine if they require, or directly they can modify the content of that document also. So any of the ways they can just try to get connection with the server and then access the document. And also the nowadays all the service providers, suppose if the document are related to a Word document and Excel documents, they even maintain the versions of the documents. Usually they call it to be a version histories. Like if that will be helpful in case of the organization. I will just try to demonstrate you in one of the class how the version histories are populated in the cloud storages and all. Okay. The same points I just put up here. The next point is something called as redundancy of data. We say that redundancy of the data is a must. Okay, is a must in case of the cloud storage. Now, let me try to know from your side what we mean by redundancy of data here.
Privacy of data, sir. Security of data.
Security of data. Okay. Any other? What can you make out from this particular point? Redundancy of data. I will just modify that last character. It is last word. That is not a most, it is a must. Redundancy of data on data server is a must. What do you think of this? Chetan, Sanjana, Ajay?
Sir, I think redundancy means adequate or enough.
Redundancy means adequate or enough. Okay.
So if they're saying that redundancy of data on data server in most, means there can be enough data on the data servers.
Okay.
They're redundant. They're enough as to how much is required.
Okay.
I think I might think this is the answer.
Yeah. Have you ever come across with this redundancy in DBMS?
So normalization.
It's too far. Just before that, redundancy. Probably first normal form or a second normal form it comes over there.
Sir, maybe it means like restricting the use of data, like limited use of data.
Here you try to put up the thoughts. Here basically redundancy means a kind of duplicacy of the data or a duplicate copy of the same data. Now try to think why this duplicacy is required in cloud storage. We need
safekeep. Losing of data.
Losing of data. Okay.
Duplicates help.
Fine. Yeah, someone else was telling. Was that Ajay?
Sir, for the safety.
For safety, redundancy of data. Now try to think here situation that you are a cloud storage provider. You are trying to provide the cloud storage facility to the users or the clients. Okay. Now client means they believe in you that your data will be stored on your servers. It will be safe. Anytime they can access the data. Now if you think that you are not keeping a copy of that data on another data server, then assume that if the original copy, the only one copy what you have, the hard drive or a server, if it crashes, in a worst case, suppose if it crashes, then what may happen? Whatever the client or the user has stored the data on your systems, on your servers, will be lost. It will be in a problematic situation. Okay. Now it need not to be that the system will get crashed or what. It may be like you want to go for a maintenance activity on your particular server, right? You want to have certain proper maintenance therein. You want to clean up certain data and you want to make the data available once again. So you want to have a proper maintenance, or you want to put certain securities on the data. During that time, the server might not be available to the user, but user don't want to that happen. In that case, the cloud vendors or the service providers, they need to have another copy of that particular server. Most of the popular or well-known storage providers, it could be AWS, it could be Google or a Microsoft, they have 2 or more duplicate copies. If one particular server goes down, could be of any reason. If it goes down, then immediately the next plan B or the second backup data or the backup server will be available. So the user can connect to that particular server immediately and then get the access. The user will not be made known that something has happened on the server side. The connections will be established in the backend such a way that if one particular server crashes or is not accessible, the connection will be given onto the another server. So the user will try to get all the data whenever they want to access it. If it doesn't happen so, then the popularity of that particular server may fall down and they may lose the business. In order to be in the business, what they most of the time do is that they will have 2 or more copies of their own data on a different servers. If one particular server is not available, then it will be available on the other server. And all these servers will be type of a synced data. They will keep on syncing the data across all the servers. Understood, students? The redundancy of data with respect to the cloud facility, it is a must. In some phases, when as a programmer, when you're trying to develop a certain code and all with respect to a database and all, we try to say that we need to avoid redundancy of data. But with respect to the storage, the cloud storage, the redundancy of data is very much essential in order to not to lose any type of users' data or clients' documents. Understood? The same explanation I have just tried to put in a couple of sentences here. Okay, you can go through this one later. Now, cloud storage services. What are there are different types of the storage services based upon what type of documents or what type of data we are storing on the services. Okay. The first example we can say of Google Docs. So here Google Docs is a general word wherein we can store the documents, spreadsheets, or the presentations on the Google's cloud storage. Okay. What is the Google's cloud storage? Can you name the name of the Google storage? Cloud storage?
Google Drive.
Google Drive.
Right? So Google Drive, you can store varieties of data on that. You can store the documents,